Thank you for all the solidarity that you're showing as a journalist. Unlike you, I'm outraged, like on top of all of this going on, I have seen that the lack of class solidarity from journalists all over the world, and that is making the situation worse. First, the arrest it breaches international law at so many levels, and as a Latin American, I can say that I'm ashamed of this blatant disregard for the which is a tradition of Latin America of providing and defending the institution of asylum. What happened next? It is what we suspected since Michael Ratner was leading the defense of Julian Assange back in 2010. That this was what we predicted, and it happened as we predicted it. The Swedish case was nothing else but an excuse to secure the arrest of a journalist in a Western democracy, so-called democracy. So it was confirmed by Scotland Yard that his arrest is not connected with a bail breach. It is connected with an extradition request. And Swedish authorities had just now a press conference in Sweden, in Stockholm, and they confirmed it was not consulted with them. It is not related to the Swedish case. It is an extradition requested by the US Justice Department.
So, Renata, can you explain, is it in any way legally justified or legal at all for Ecuador to rescind his asylum in this way?
It is completely illegal, and on top, adding insult to injury, Julian was granted Ecuadorian nationality, so it is not only illegal before international law, it's not constitutional before constitutional law in Ecuador. So it is a multi-layer violation of human rights and constitutional rights of Julian. What is the difference between death penalty and life in solitary confinement in a supermax prison in the US? What we are discussing here is not the seriousness of the penalty of a journalist being prosecuted because of the act of publishing, but whether a journalist should be prosecuted or not because of the act of publishing. So that's what is really terrible, and it is so sad to see Latin American leader abdicating to a superpower and throwing even constitutional principles out of the trash can in this case. And it will be, I mean, I cannot alert enough journalists, not only in the US, but any journalists reporting about the US of the seriousness of this case. If we do not rally, if we do not take this battle as a central battle for our freedom of expression, we will be in serious trouble. So the hearing is taking place this afternoon. The first hearing for Julian, and we really hope to get as much solidarity as possible and attention and coherence with your principles and basically empathy, because he is the first journalist facing this, but he might not be the last. You might be the next one, anyone here in this show.